First time on the bank since last October. Welcome back to the MrDorsetD vlog. Good evening. Here we are, back at Linear. First time since October. Myself and Pete. Pete's brought his daughter along, Isla, to show us how it's done, and no doubt she will. And we got here early afternoon. It's packed, as you can imagine, as ever. And it's coming to the first evening now. So I've put a bed of bait out, found myself 3 good clean patches. There's quite a lot of weed out there. We're kind of up the far end of B2. I've never fished along here, this bank. Well, I've fished this bank, but quite a way down. And I don't know what to expect, but I do know it's weedy. I got the deeper out earlier on. And but as I say, found some good clear spots. One's on gravel, one's quite close in. The other 2, they're only at 13 wraps. And I found a nice spot at 8. So I've got a feeling I'm going to try and drop one in under the rod tips one evening. If you remember, it worked for Peter and Oxley's, didn't it, when it was weedy? But there's hardly any clear area in front of me close in. It's thick with weed, and the only place I can put anything is maybe 4 foot out. That should be a laugh, shouldn't it? I shall have to put my alarm clock on for that one, won't I, before the swans and the coots and the rest of them get to it in the morning. But it is an option for tonight anyway, so I'll keep you posted. Well, as we speak, Pete's taking photographs of the dusk. The sun going down over there. It's looking good. Oh, miss this, I can tell you. Right, Isla's opened the batting. I've not got a clue what time it is. I was well away in the land of Nod.
I think it's food on me.
Nice.
That's your first B2 fish.
And it's a 20.
Yeah.
Excellent. It doesn't get any better than that. I might do. What have you got to say for yourself?
I'm very pleased.
I'll bet you are. Did well with all that weed out there. Surprised you weren't fast asleep.
I was.
Well done. Well, good morning on what is a fine but blustery morning. In fact, it's just the job, to be fair. What about that for a result for Isla last night? Happy about that, for sure. And you join me where I'm just about to enjoy a bowl of wallpaper paste, a nice healthy breakfast, and a cuppa. So, the spod rod's been out again, and I'm going to keep plugging at it, and hopefully something will come along and hear that dinner gong. Pete cooking up a hearty breakfast. What's on the agenda, Pete?
Bacon and egg.
Bacon and egg.
So I've forgotten half the tools, so I've got one knife to do the whole job with, so I don't know how I'm going to flip an egg with it, but we'll find out in a minute, won't we? There we go, stiffen up a bit. Hang on a sec. Might just have to roll them. Oh, well done, sir. Oh. You want your egg scrambled, Isla? But yes, Ridge Monkey barbecue, brilliant. Hot plate. After the first use, it's very sort of burnt, and you can't keep it clean. Impossible, really. It still works, but you would expect for something which is 20 quid just to at least be able to wipe clean. And
Right then, here's the lady of the moment,
Hi.
the only one to be catching. How are you feeling this morning, Isla?
Very good actually, because I'm beating my dad.
Right, this is the lake from Pete's Swim. As I mentioned yesterday, we're a bit further down from the main bowl towards the narrow end, and there's a lad on the opposite bank there. I don't know whether you can see this or not, but he's been in up to his neck because he's got a fish snagged up in the weed, and it is weedy. He's come back to the bank now, and he's still playing it. I think he's got it moving too, unless it's another fish. He's done well if he's brought it out, that's for sure, hasn't he? This little beauty is my new bankside stallion. It's a Carp Porter Light 2. It's the only kind of barrow that I was comfortable in buying that would fit in the car. Now, I don't know whether you can see that with this dapple light, but I've gone back to basics on this session. Nice dark hook bait, a very basic hinged rig with a rig ring on it, blowback style, and just a bit of fake corn on top for colour. And this stuff is PB Products jelly wire, and I've heard people talk about it in the past and say how easy it is to work with, etc. And I'm not kidding you, they were damn right. It's absolutely bang on. You don't need to steam it, just pull it tight and it'll straighten out, and it's so easy to work with. There you go. Got a wide gape beaked point on this session. Trying these with a little tiny bit of shrink tube as a slight kicker, not too much. Not with the intern point anyway. There you go. Gone for nice dark up baits. And to be fair, if I'd have had any dark, similar coloured fake corn, I'd have used that as well. I rather suspect that at this time of year that the carp have been, I mean, it's the end of August, they've probably been battered on high vis, pink, white, etc, etc. So I'm trying to keep it basic and hopefully trip something up. I don't know whether you can recognise these plants. The taller ones, they look very like giant hogweed. There's some more over there. In fact, there's quite a few around. And if you should get a call of nature and should happen upon giant hogweed, then I'm afraid you're going to spend the rest of the month with your chopper in a sling, because this is particularly nasty. This evening's culinary delight is fillet steak with a special seasoning. Oh, Good morning. It's the morning after the second night and nothing to show for it. I've put plenty of bait out, we're continuously spodding. Only using a small spod, by the way. I think it's just the the effect of that thing hitting the water more than anything. 11:30 last night, I had a run. So I legged it out as you do and wound up into nothing. Very strange, I thought. Checked my hook because I'm paranoid about that. It was absolutely perfect. Put the bait back out there right on the spot, and lo and behold, at 7 o'clock this morning, same rod off again, same thing. And Pete's had it twice as well. In fact, I think he had it once or twice the day before as well. So we've got a trailer on our hands again. I don't know whether you can see the reel handles there, but these are from Western Developments, the folding handles. And it's not a tackle tart thing for me, to be fair, because I'm not a fan of having my rods close together. But I used to have a set of Daiwa reels a few years ago, and I always thought it was extremely convenient to have the folding handles when you're setting up and tackling down. And I always wanted another set. And anyway, I've got them now, and I couldn't be more pleased. They're excellent.
Right, here we go. What's that, mid-double, do you reckon, Steve? So, 15-pounder?
Yeah.
So that's cool.
That's amazing.
No, well, welcome fish after a few days. We've just seen a few top out there. And yeah, screaming run. Hopefully we've got his mummy and daddy coming in for some food soon. But a pretty little fish. Just over 16 wraps, I suppose, on the old fish mix pop-up.
Linear. Happy with that?
Yeah, well, that's a good start, isn't it? At least it's a pretty one, not a Simo.
Right, how do I say this? This particular vlog is dedicated to the memory of my mate Nige. It doesn't come easy, this. I'd known Nige for a long time. We used to work together many years ago. And we both shared a love of rock music and a love of carp fishing. So it was inevitable that we were going to be long-term friends, and I hadn't seen much of him in recent times, me being a bit of a recluse and all. But unfortunately he passed away suddenly. He used to bailiff a local lake to him, so I'm sure he was quite well known in those circles too. So this one's for Nige, and Karen, and Tom, and James, and Will, and George. And let's hope I catch, because this one's for you.
Is that the other option?
Yeah. Right then, I've just made a cuppa, and with my cuppa I'm going to enjoy Fox's party rings. Now if you've never tried these, oh, there's only one problem with them, one problem only. One packet equals one serving. Oh, I brought an extra pack, trying and tempt Chris Lowe down for a chat, but he's not fallen for it. So no doubt these are the housewife's favourite. Right, Leon? Oh. Not much dunkability. Who cares? This guy doesn't look too well.
Here's the first one of the morning, hopefully followed by some more. But that must be about a £16 mirror.
Might be a bit bigger than that.
17, I haven't weighed it, to be honest. It's not really worth the effort, but lovely looking fish, nice scales on her. Caught on the bait on the mixture of crayfish, or crays and illusions, with a sweet corn over the top.
Good sign that it's come over the bait, Pete.
Yes, let's hope so.
No. Right, here we are in Pete and Isla's swim, and Dad's just scored, hasn't he? I think that was a bit bigger than he actually said. What do you think about Brasenose Two? Because you've never been to Linear before, have you, Isla?
I think it's actually a pretty good lake. It's very big. It's just awesome, really.
There's lots of big fish in here. But it's quiet, isn't it? You know, at least you're catching it. I've not even had a bite. At all. Nothing. But it does seem as though between your swim and the guy opposite, there doesn't seem to be anything happening past you. Well, at least...
We just have all the fish.
Pardon?
I think we just have all the fish.
Yeah. Well, they're certainly showing down in the bowl, aren't they? So you're going to freshen up later on with an afternoon lunchtime shower, aren't you? Very wise. It's nice that you got the opportunity, isn't it? Not everywhere does that kind of thing, do they?
I need a shower.
I can't believe it. I didn't even get a bleep during the night.
I don't even know if I did or not. I think I got a couple.
Too busy sleeping.
Yeah.
Well, it's time for more. It's time for a lot more.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Well, I'm just going on the bait and weight approach. I've not seen anything in my swim. The only fish I've seen have been past Pete. Yeah, you're seeing them to the left as well. So further down in the main bowl. But we'll see. See how it goes. There's still plenty of time. Happy days. Right, Pete, you are the man of the moment. Do you have anything to update us with?
No, not really. I've gone through a few different processes, I suppose. I come here with an idea of what I was going to do, and it changes after the first day, like it always does, really. That started off with just pop-ups and now it's worked down to just a single grain of corn, balanced really, and that seems to be producing the fish. But no, I don't know. You just got to wait and hope they turn up, really, haven't you? You know, I haven't seen vast amounts of fish out there. It's an odd show, but nothing like I was expecting from a stock of 1,900 fish. You'd expect them to be leaping out everywhere.
You would, mate.
But it seems very quiet. I think sitting here yesterday, I was thinking that I just think it's been overpressured and overfished. The fish are almost scared.
It's chocker, isn't it?
It's absolutely chocker. They're just hiding.
And the weather is fairly stable. You know, the air pressure's been stable.
Yeah, it's
I'm
good
glad
conditions.
like that, you know.
Better now. We've got a bit of cloud.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they're just well pressured now. Even more so than normal with the lockdown, and we've had a couple, so
Yeah, if you want to pass a bit of luck over to my swim, I think.
if I reel my lines, and they might be able to get through. I'm cutting them off, I think. But well, I'm going to reel them all in 12 o'clock, and going to take Isla for a shower, rest the swim until about 4 o'clock, I think. Let's see if there's some fish will move in, get a bit more comfortable. That's all we can do, really, isn't it?
I don't fancy this thing for a hook bait, do you? I did use one once when I was a kid, and I actually got a run. I didn't connect, and when I wound in, there was about 10 yards of slime following the slug, so I didn't bother again. I think I must be in Grasshopper City here. Unless I've been cursed with a plague of locusts. I don't know what that is, some kind of cricket, I think. I'll have to look it up. It's looking good down the lake there. The odd spod flying about. Big old expanse of water, this one, really, isn't it? Young lad opposite Pete is into another fish. He's doing well in that swim. Good evening. Well, this evening's fine dining was chicken curry with pilau rice, and it was delicious too, and quickly demolished. The sun has dipped down behind the horizon now, and I've just made myself a cuppa. And you know what that means, don't you? Okay, so the perseverance has paid off. Whew. And after a good battle, I didn't get to take any prisoners. There's a lot of weed out there. This one went 28. Let's hope it's the first of many, or at least some. But either way, I'm a very happy man. I was hoping it was going to go 3-0, so we're getting there. Oh, as I've said before, it's about time I had a bit of luck. Good morning, folks. As you can imagine, I was rather over the moon with that capture. Certainly a blank saver, that's for sure. And as it came over the baited patch, I've got my fingers crossed I might get a couple more before I finish. Anyway, here's a quick one for you. I'm going to show you the rig and the bait that I caught that fish on. It might be of interest to you, it might not. I'm sure some of you are already on this. Now, I've got to say, Pete has been chopping worms up and putting them in his spod mix, and the carp he has had, between the two of them, I think 2 of them, if not all of them, came to something with worm on, as in a small pop-up with worm on as well, and maybe a bit of plastic too. Now, personally, I'm not keen on using worms and maggots and the like. It's just too messy for me. So, this is what I knocked up. Now, this is one of the rigs, the combi rigs that I talked about earlier, and this is the hook bait. I'll check that out. I've got a 12mm pop-up on there. I've got a piece of plastic, but in between both of them I have an Enterprise Tackle artificial worm. Now, I thought I'd give this a go and wondered whether it was, you know, something and nothing. And it might just be a one-off. But I've kept them in dip, the same as I keep my artificial baits in, the other ones, the sweet corn and stuff. But they come in a juice that it's so pungent. I mean, it's some kind of worm extract, but it's so pungent that the 5-Star Baits fish mix bait soak that I've got these soaking in, or dip, or what a soak it is, it's almost overwhelmed by whatever this artificial worm is emitting. And they are quite realistic. They're a bit fiddly to get on the hair, but there you go. What about that then? And I'll tell you what, it was nailed about 2 inches in from its bottom lip. Absolutely nailed. So, as I say, whether it's a one-off or not, time will tell. It was worth a go though. I thought, you know, if they're on the worms, let's give it a try. There you go. In the foreground you can see my avid carp cradle, can't you there? Now that was standing up on its side, over the other side of the swim, just underneath that bin bag, which I have conveniently hanging up the tree for obvious reasons. This swim does appear to be heavily populated by rodents, and of the big kind. I'm not talking about mice. And after I had that fish in the middle of the night, I lay down on my bed chair and I could hear some rustling, and I thought, uh-oh. So I came out, turned the bag round, and there's a hole in it, and they'd started emptying the contents. Obviously they'd used the unhooking cradle as a piece of access equipment. So I had to do a bit of gardening in the night and remove any platforms that may access that bag. So it's back in situ now, and hopefully we won't get any trouble. This morning myself and Pete have been watching fish showing in front of him, close in and to the right of him, and a few minutes ago I saw one show to the right of me. Now that's the first sign I've seen since I've been here. So it looks like they're moving from left to right. I can't help feeling hopeful. Everything crossed. Isla is a very spoilt little girl. Isla's having a takeaway tonight, aren't you?
Yeah.
And what do you fancy from the takeaway?
Pizza.
Pizza? Ooh. Is that because it sounds a bit like your dad? Pizza. What will you have on your pizza?
I probably have the barbecue chicken. It's just barbecue, base, chicken, and just a load of random toppings.
Oh, load. Pete, did you hear that? You're forking out for a load of random toppings. Oh, right.
Yay.
Do you realise how lucky you are?
Yep.
When I went fishing when I was your age, I probably had no more than a cracker and a piece of cheese. That's if I was lucky. More often than not, it was just a cracker. You're not getting any cheesy chips then?
No.
Ooh.
I was going to, but I really fancy a pizza.
Oh, that's fair enough. I mean, pizza's far more expensive, isn't it? Why have cheesy chips when you can have pizza?
Well,
Right, Dad?
Cheesy chips are like £4.10.
Oof. That's why I'm having a cracker. Well, it's early evening now. And to be honest, I'm quite confident given that I had a take last night, and for the rest of the week I didn't even see anything. I had the deeper out as well a couple of times and didn't see a thing. Not seen any shows until today. So, is it going to change? Who knows? Well, at least I'm not blanked, have I? God for that one. And at this juncture, I better give a shout out to none other than David Godbold, who's recently had a hernia operation and he's not been able to get on the bank as yet. But I wish him a speedy recovery. All the best, David, and I'll see you on the bank soon. I almost forgot to mention another friend of mine, a guy called Steve Nickel. And hopefully Steve might make a visit tomorrow with any luck, and he'll be able to tell us about a number of charity angling events that he gets involved in. Yes, you've guessed it. It's that time of day again.
Heavy ass fish.
The difference it makes when you put the polarising filter on.
Not big.
How big is it, Isla?
26.
20. What was it, Pete?
26.6.
26.6.
Yes. My bobbins remained motionless last night. I've seen one or two fish this morning, but certainly not in my swim. Not too far away though, but I've got to say, during the time that I've been here, I've not seen anything in this swim. Now, okay, I could have had a move. Now that I'm in possession of Dixie, the bankside stallion. However, I was here to spend time with my mate Pete and his daughter Isla. It's coming up to Pete's 40th, so it was a bit of a get-together before that happens in the next few days. And as you know, I take it as it is. If they come along, they come along. If they don't, they don't. I'm just enjoying some time off work. And what better way to do it? And I've not blanked. Unfortunately, my mate Steve Nickel hasn't been able to attend. He's had his hands full this week at the Carp for Kids Academy at Westmore Farm Fishery Market Raisin. And I'm sure he's had a great time, and I bet he's knackered, and he's also got a life to lead outside of that. So hopefully we'll catch you soon, mate. I've just had a surprise visit from an Environment Agency officer. Yes. Now, it's a worthy cause, and I told him I didn't fancy his job. But if you want to protect your fishing, just be sure and buy yourself a rod licence. Check that out for an evening. It's that time of day now where everything falls silent. You just got to take it in. Hopefully the silence will be broken by one of my bite alarms later on. We live in hope. Right. Well, they say it isn't over till the fat lady sings. And here's proof. On my last night, this one has gone 29-1. So that's the icing on the cake for me. And it's a very angry carp, so I'm going to pop it back. I'll get a couple of stills first. Happy days, as they say. Excellent. Well, you're not going to believe this, but here comes another one. And this one went... This one went 25-4. A lot more rotund than the other fish. In fact, I can hardly fit me and the fish on the, on the screen. They just keep coming. I've literally thrown that one straight back with a pink bait on. Cranberry and almond. Cranberry and almond. Can't get my words out, I'm that excited. So there you go. It's a tatty tail. Football. They seem to have taken a liking to that pink one because it's gone again. It's 6 AM and this little fella has gone 21-10. He's a chubby chap, another one with a few more scales on his tail wrist. I've hardly had a wink of sleep. Getting line bites all night. I thought something might happen. I thought it would have been earlier than this, but I'm not complaining. What about that then? Check out that misty morning. Oh, the grebes joined us. And it's obviously made so much sweeter with those three. Carp. And the grebe is trying to steal the show. It's having a job over these coop chicks, like little wailing banshees. A fine morning. It's unfortunate that I'm packing up, that's for sure. But all good things must come to an end. Oh, look at that. Now there's the evidence of a good session. Just on my way home now, and Miller here is jumping into the swim that I've left, and not without good reason. So do you want to tell us why you're here, mate?
Got BICAC next week, British Youth Carp Angling Championship, and I'm trialling 2 different types of baits, see which one kicks it off.
Excellent, eh?
Yeah.
Now, is this your first competition, or are you a
No,
carp hand?
I'd done it before, did a qualifiers on St John's.
How did you get on?
One fish won it, and I lost one in the night.
Oh,
yeah.
Way it goes, isn't it, sometimes?
Yeah, unfortunately.
So you're quite fortunate, really, in what you do, aren't you, professionally?
How do you mean?
As in the work?
Oh, as in, yeah. I do work with Cotswold rods, whipping up rod tips, butt sections, putting on handles.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Well, and I guess being in fishing circles, you get to know a lot of
Yeah,
things that other
get to
people
learn
wouldn't.
a lot of people, a lot of perks to the jobs. Yeah, it's good.
Well, listen, I'll wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
In this
Cheers.
session, and certainly when you get back for your comp.
Thank you.
All right. Finally, I thought we'd have a quick chat to Anthony, who thankfully was acting as my lighting technician last night. And did a great job, and I'm very grateful for that, so thank you very much, Anthony.
You're welcome.
And do you have anything to say about this particular session, or any sessions that you enjoy at Linear?
This one, so far at least, I've had a fish, so I've broken my blank. Just lost one, unfortunately, while you were chatting to the guy next door. Yeah, unfortunately had a hook pull, but there's still fish out there. So yeah, baited up again, and we'll see. Still got 24 hours to go. Hopefully we'll catch another couple.
Let's hope you do.
It's looking good.
Yes.
The weather's looking nice, at least.
It is.
Nice for fishing, at least.
Absolutely. Well, I wish you the best of luck. Thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome. Good to meet you.
You too. What a splendiferous session that was. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I did myself out of 10 ounces there, you know, because that last fish was actually 22.4, and I got lucky with that 25 as it weeded me up for a while, but a bit of steady pressure and a change of angle got it moving and eventually got it into the net. Good to catch up with Head Bailey, Ian Roper, as ever. Great to meet some new friends, and a shout out to Dave and his wife Adele, who, despite not being able to join us on this session, were certainly with us in spirit, and you were never far from our thoughts. And finally, that is the last time I ever go fishing without my camera light. Ever. Don't forget to be true to yourself and follow your dreams. And I'll see you on the bank.